February of 2024, me and my girlfriend visited Maldives for the first time. Yeah, the paradise of Maldives, but not the 5-star resorts that you probably know from social media. A lot of people actually don't know that these resorts are actually not owned by the country. So let's explore the real Maldives, the local islands. There you can see how the local people live on these small islands and also try some Maldivian food. And also this type of vacation is far less expensive than the resorts. So, without further ado, let's see how it looks like. In total, we visited 5 local islands. The first one was an island called Maafushi. This island was the most popular one from those we visited. There were a lot of restaurants, shops, and there were a lot of companies that provided trips, so we booked one straight away. We started off by visiting another island called Dhigurah, with a beautiful long beach and crystal clear water. The highlight was swimming with a whale shark. It was amazing to see it, but yet pretty hard to keep up with the pace. And because there were a lot of people, like actually a lot of people, I was kicked in the face like at least 3 times. Then we also found mantas, and then we wrapped the trip and came back. Because we really liked the first trip, we decided to book another one. The second day we spent on the island, and on our third day, it was time for the activity that was on our bucket list. Swim with the sharks and dolphins. Not gonna lie, even though these nurse sharks did not attack humans, it was pretty scary to jump next to them. But after a few minutes we got used to it and it was amazing. Swimming with the dolphins was a bit harder because they were super fast. When I tried to swim with them, I almost drowned, but my girlfriend did a good job though. We stopped at the local island Fulidhoo to see stingrays and enjoy the beach, and finished the trip with a sandbank visit with a lunch. The next day was time to move to another island, and that we've done by local ferry. Gulhi was a bit smaller island with far less tourists than Maafushi. These 3 days we enjoyed relaxing on the beach and snorkeling. The fun part of our trip was definitely the weather. Normally in February is a dry season, but we experienced many rains from the start to an end of our trip. There were of course sunny days, but local people told us that they are not used to that much rain in this time of the year, and it could be because of the climate change. After 3 days, it was time to go to the next and last island. For that, we needed to take the public ferry again, to a capital island, Malé. In Malé, we had an hour, so we got some coffee, and then it was time to hop on a speedboat to an island called Omadhoo. This island was truly a paradise. There was a beautiful long bikini beach, a small jungle, and a lot of beautiful fishes and corals. Our guest house was practically on the beach, so it was like being in a resort. We ate a lot of great meals, and then the best thing was probably that our accommodation served dinner on the beach by the sunset. We stayed on Omadhoo for 4 nights and it was great. But because we're not the type to lay down on the beach the whole day, these 4 days were probably enough. We also went for a trip to a coral garden that was close. It was very beautiful, but because I had my ear plugged, I couldn't enjoy snorkeling that much. I would also like to mention the local people. The people were extremely friendly. By my surprise, almost anyone could speak English, so it was really easy to buy something from a shop or ask for help. Because it's a Muslim country, you need to respect their rules. For example, no alcohol. Then you can wear a swimsuit only on a bikini beach. There were also praying hours and the shops had really weird closing times. But still, it wasn't something that we minded. 12 days passed and it was time to head back home. This trip was the biggest for us since we started traveling. We started traveling together since 2022 around Europe, so this was the first time that we went a bit further. We had to also save for this trip for some time, so I'm glad that all went well and we managed to be under a budget of $1,500 per person, including the flight tickets. So, if you are afraid that Maldives are expensive, you don't have to be. The key is to find cheap flight tickets. We flew, for example, with Wizz Air. Then for accommodation, use booking.com, and the guest houses can manage the speedboats for you. Food isn't that expensive, depending on the island. The most pricey things are the trips, but they are 100% worth the money. On the way back home, we had also one day in Dubai, and then we flew to Vienna, Austria. This was also my first video in English, so if you liked our story, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Also, if you have any questions about our trip, you can write a comment down below. Thank you and stay safe. Peace.